What's good? What's good? What's good? Haven't been on in a minute. Haven't been on in a minute. So, what's good? What's good? What's good? You already know who this is, just in case, because it has been a minute. It's the one and the only, the one and the only. None other than Miss Lady Shay. You already know, right? Don't have to ask, and nothing left to be said. Because it is what it is. And when you know, you know. So, what's good? How is the world? How's the energy? How is one embracing self? Right? How is the reality of life? Right? And what can you say about it? What can you use? If that's the right word, right? What can one use to show appreciation? Or a better way to say, how can one show and express, to describe, to display quality time for self? Self quality time, time quality for self. Over time, right? Just on a personal tip, just on a personal tip. Over time, for me, I can't say that it hasn't gotten more on top of the list in priorities. Right? But I will say over time, I began to analyze and get very not only realistic, but honest, right? Bring out the honesty of truth when it comes to self and quality time. And not only that, appreciating it, right? Appreciating what it truly means to know what it is and how essential it rejuvenates your foundation. Quality time, right? That not just self-care, right? Though that is the basic of it, the start 'em up, right? Tag it. Sometimes quality time for self to learn to grow, to heal, to love, to appreciate, to embody self. And it's easier said than done. Sometimes it's done easier than said. It depends on the moment to moment and your reality of your honesty when it comes to values and knowing, not just thinking, not just guessing, not just believing, not just understanding, but knowing self and the foundation and the fun. I always say that. How one can just go out in different layers of expressing, of figuring out, in detail, right? Because who doesn't like detail? Again, that's just me. Little details, right? And aspects of getting that one on one direction, that one on one talk, that one on one conversation, right? Treating self as your best friend. I know I'm being funny with it, right? Yet and still, when you're honest with self, when you're honest with reality, who doesn't like a best friend? Right? I'm just saying, I'm just saying, I'm just saying, who doesn't like a best friend? So, for me, quality time, right? That moment to moment, that intake and outtake of questions, of raw truth, of insatiable curiosity, the unexplored territory. Right? That's just me, right? That's just me. Yet again, to loop it around, to bring it back, to stamp the point. Quality time for self and the importance of again knowing, appreciating, applying. Can't forget that one, right? And reassuring, or should I say reassurance? Either way, in all ways, right? Quality time for self. Those quizzical time even timetables sometimes, right? Those hard headed robotic standards, right? The shuffles of deciding opinions, options, directions, right? The breakdown to break in to break out. Examples, right? Just bringing out the best examples of you, the best points of you, the best pains of you, the best goals of you. How does one establish, or even how can one list or say what some things are or are not when it comes to self and what you really want, what's really for you, right? Until one can embrace quality time, right? And again, easier said than done sometimes, and it's done easier than said in others. So, the whole reason, the whole point is for me to ask the question to self, right? What is quality time? How do you know you are really giving yourself enough quality time to appreciate your embarking of levels? Right? How does one get to the different levels? Right? It's not even to not be funny or to be funny. It's not to overlook or underlook. But again, to be realistic. Right? How does one know self? How does one represent self in truth, honesty, genuineness? Right? We all have layers. We all have characters. Different characters, right? Characteristics, traits, even personalities. How do we establish this? And how do we establish our uniqueness? And how do we keep that in the forefront? And how do we as I usually say, right? How can one be of the world, yet remain uniquely them, fully, respectfully, with true dedication, right? And unapologetically, right? That it does, but it doesn't matter, right? How one's opinion, how one's view, or how one can categorize, right, another, in the multitude of the world, right? Categorizing titles or the need to even justify being, right, is simply by being. Again, this is just me, right? This is just my thoughts. This is just my opinion. Simply, I'm just sharing. And yet, with that, right, again, my point to what I'm saying. Sometimes, more often than not, right, it's gonna happen. We all will get to a point where you have to stand tall. You have to stand proud. You have to stick out your chest and hold your head up high and just know, just state, just represent, just embody, just demonstrate, just take action, just work hard. You know, sometimes a immediate need for response, an immediate need for action, or a immediate need to just be real in you, right? Be real, genuine of who you are. And that takes time. That takes practice. That takes, I'm not gonna lie, that takes a lot, right? It takes a lot of honesty. It takes a lot of patience. It takes a lot of figuring out. It takes a lot of questions. And most importantly, it takes experience, right? It takes a need to just embark on life, to figure out life, to figure out your life, to figure out what you are not only doing, right, but what is your mark? What mark are you making? Are you making a mark, right? And I'm, again, being funny because when you know, you know. We all make marks, right? We all have our own signature prints. And it's always up to us to continue to sign, right? It's always up to our own ability to take accountability, to say and to know, right, who I am. Sometimes you gotta say who you're not first, right? Yet again, depends on the person, right? Depends on the place, right? And sometimes it depends on the situation or circumstance. Yet and still embody, right? The good, the bad, the ugly, the experiences, the tries, the attempts, the challenges, the it didn't work out, the fails, even the stumbles, right? The bends, right? Sometimes even the breaks, sometimes the splits. You got a little bit of everything, right? And sometimes it takes the, as I'll put it, the separating of moment to moment to recall what is needed most as far as in valuing appreciation, in valuing the steps, the process, the lessons, the different angles, the different directions, right? The different doors, the different opportunities, just the differences in total, right? And how one day a certain experience could be appreciated for the good, the accomplishments, the joys, the smiles, the warmth. And with time, one can revisit that same day of a journey, of an experience, and appreciate the challenges, appreciate the, uh-oh, I forgot, appreciate the, I didn't make it to the goal, yet I did start it, right? I once thought this was a loss. Now I see how I've grown. I once saw how I had the dopest truck and how it was on the street, it was rolling, it was fly. Yeah, at the same time, right? How it's swoop got taken from me, and how in one moment, especially at that moment, the impact was harsh, devastating, almost willing to push the need to stop, the need to give up, the so much is and has been that now this has just taken me to the limit and I can't anymore. Right? Those moments of you want the sunshine, you want the smiles, right? But you got the headaches and you got the yelling, right? And that's the challenge of keeping or even finding sometimes the right amount of patience, the right amount of calm, the right amount of even though I lost my temper, I caught it at the right time, the right moment, so that the totality wasn't all bad. It just got a little ruffled up. Just got shaken down. But not totally. To the floor, to the ground, to non existence. Right? If I'm making sense. Every day, something different. Something can be a challenge or something can be a breeze, right? Something that once was fulfilling isn't, right? And taking into consideration the appreciation, right? Taking into consideration that maybe or maybe not was appreciation there. Could have been a little bit more. Was it there at all? Do I understand it to the fullest? Appreciation, right? Of all that I've been given, of all that I've experienced, of all that I've come into, whether it's time, whether it's a new job, a hug, a moment, a memory, your favorite food, your favorite car, a random surprise gift. Right? No matter what it is, no matter what it was, can we, can I always say with certainty that I'm being as appreciative as I can be. Right? Because, again, it's just me. Ain't this person thoughts, just personal opinion. Been looking back past couple of months, right, and certain little things that for me at the time, right, I would have, with the utmost certainty, said, with no doubts, that my appreciation was there. And again, no doubts, no questions, right? But what brought me to posting and sharing was that very thing, and how, with time, with a winding down of getting through the ups and the downs and the loops of life, setting certain things straight, getting certain goals accomplished, getting certain parts of my life organized, reorganized, and regrouped. I ain't taking that moment, that pause, that, as I like to say, putting myself in the corner, right? And get a little quality time for self, and asking certain little questions and revisiting certain moments and stating facts, right? As much as you would like to think it, as much as you can work on yourself, as much as you dedicate most of your time and your energy on working on self, certain things in certain moments, one can still overlook, right? Or can still do certain things and think versus knowing, right? That you're giving your 100%, right? You're giving your fullness to the situation, to a situation. And first and foremost, to yourself, right? It happens. And I can say that for myself, right? We all have those moments where the check-ins are needed, right? And it doesn't take for one to experience hiccups or letdowns or disappointments before you can appreciate the essential tools of finding that quality time for self, right? Taking that moment, getting a little check in, reconfirming, to reaffirm, to rebuild, and establish your confidence, your power, your strength, determination to life, right? To each breath you take, each moment you have, each moment you experience. I don't know, as I would say, right? That's just me. That's just my thoughts. That's just my opinion. So for the overall and totality of the point, right? The whole method to the madness of example for me sliding on through. Just quickly share. We all strive for perfection in a number of ways. And even when you work hard on it, you work long at it, one can only appreciate that perfection is truly an ongoing circle of a cycle that one is always and ever going on, right? Because what is perfect? What is perfection? And what is that to you, right? Because you can't be perfect, but are you at your perfectionist? Right? As they say, the highest of the highest of the highest. Do you know? Because you've been, because you've seen, because you've done, because you tasted, right? Have you experienced everything to say that you are fully that 1,000% of perfection, right? So, with that, I'll just say you're only as perfect as you know you can be. And even when you get to that point, right? Surprise yourself. Shake things up a little bit and see if you can find a new challenge, a new path, a new love, a new passion, a new emotion, a new feeling that you can learn, apply, experience within you, for you, that brings, and y'all know where I'm going with it, right? That brings out the benefits. Because who doesn't like the benefits? I'm just saying, right? The benefits of you, right? So, again, just wanted to make a quick one. Just wanted to share real quick. And to end it with saying, keep grinding, keep shining, keep that head up, keep knowing who you are, where you are, where you're going, what you want, what you need, what are your passions, what are your desires, what are your dreams, what are your goals. Keep finding it, keep standing in it, keep embodying it, keep growing, keep healing, and keep loving. And always remember that you're appreciated. You are valuable and you are worthy. Know it, trust it, stand in it, represent it, and enforce it. And with that, you already know it's the one and only Dreamy Miss Lady Shay. Back in here with the quick one, sliding out till next time. And always remember that self love is that best love. So continue to self grow, self heal, and self love. Until next time, keep rising, keep shining. Peace, love, and life.